another live video. I'm so excited to do this topic. It wasn't even planned as well. It wasn't even planned, but I've been stumbling upon lots of different conversations online, watching videos, and I was talking on this comment section, but we're not going to dive into that comment, but it triggered this video because I do believe that people need to learn to forgive, right? You always hear people say forgive because it's for yourself, but it truly is, right? I'm going to tell you why. When you hang on to hurt, okay, let's just start from the basis, right? So for example, right, say if I do you wrong, I say something bad to you, right, and you're mad about it for days, right? Let's just use a simple scenario. You're mad about it for days. I'm getting on with my life. It doesn't affect me. If you're mad at me, it won't affect me, right? I'm having a good day regardless. Hey AP, so I'm having a good day and you're complaining about me for days, saying how I said this bad thing to you, right? How many days ago, right? And you're hanging on to this, right? And then days and days pass by and I'm having an amazing day, right? I don't even know that you're still worried about it at this point, right? I'm having a good time, right? And then days and weeks go by and you're still mad in your heart about what I said to you. So number one, you haven't even confronted me about it. Number two, you're carrying it around with you. And then what happens in return is you haven't forgiven me for it. You've held on so tight to it that everybody that you come into contact with gets the brunt of it, right? And then somebody else, because how the devil works, the devil will send somebody else to say the same exact thing that I said to you, and you lash out on them. Yes, a hateful person. You lash out on that person, right? Because you're so mad at me that you lash out on somebody else because I said the same exact thing that I said to you, right? And this is what happens when we don't forgive people. When we don't forgive people, it stores in our heart. It makes us sick, right? It stays in your heart. You carry that around with you for years, right? And then I happen to die before you, right? You're still mad at me. You're still hanging on to that hurt, right? You're still hanging on. And I'm gone, right? And I'm trying to pass as well, guys. I'm gone and you're still mad at me. You're still mad about that same thing that I said to you 10, 15 years ago. How in the world are people hanging on to past hurt, right? Yes, it's cancerous. Yes, it is. And the reason why I chose a small scenario is because people hang on to a lot of bad stuff, right? I mean, like really big things, right? Something bad that's really happened, they hang on to it, yeah? And I had to use a small scenario for it to make sense, because you always hear people say, yeah, forgive people. Nobody wants to forgive anymore. Nobody wants to forgive, right? They want to hang on to it. Should I tell you why they want to hang on to it? Because they want to be right. They want to be right in that scenario. They want to prove to everybody that they were the victim, right? And the longer they hang on to it, it justifies that, right? It makes it feel like their point is so valid, right? Look how many years has passed by. That thing doesn't matter anymore, right? Everyone's moved on. That person's moved on. Everyone's moved on. And you're still hanging on to it because you want to be right. Just because you want to be right. And this is the problem, because a lot of people struggle to forgive people, right? And the longer you hang on to hurt, the more it troubles your soul, right? Let it go, like the literally let it go. I can't even sing right now. Let it go. Da, 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 da. Literally. See, Frozen was right about letting it go. You have to let it go, right? It's hard. Let's be honest, it's hard to let things go, right? Because the thing that happened, it never went the way you wanted it to, right? Or the person done you wrong and they got away with it. Let it go, right? Let it go. Stop hanging on to it. What are you going to do? Are you going to do revenge? Because you're not meant to do revenge, right? The Bible tells you not to take revenge. So why are you hanging on to it, right? This is why I just tell people how I'm feeling, right? I straight up tell people that they did me wrong. Like, I just tell them. Instead of keeping it in here, right? I tell them because there's no point, right? Listen, right, okay. So imagine, right, let's just choose a name, right? Imagine Fred, right? So Fred is my friend and he betrayed me, right? And secretly I'm mad at him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know I'm mad at him, right? He stole from me. He doesn't know I'm mad. He doesn't know that I know. And every time I see him, I'm like looking at him with that hurt in my heart, right? He still has no idea, guys. When I tell you, right, hanging on to things is just not worth it. You're hurting yourself. That person's not hurting. They're getting on with their life. Their life goes on regardless, right? And you're killing yourself, right? You're killing yourself. You're making yourself sick just by hanging on. And I've seen, like, if people knew how much not forgiving people keeps them in bondage with that person, it attaches you to that person. They have full control of you at that point, right? They could say, if they want to make you mad, they could say one thing and you're like they have full control of you because you're giving them that much control, right? So we need to learn to forgive, guys. Forgiveness, right? Let's talk about forgiveness, right? The way I look at forgiveness is, right, this is what a lot of people fail to do, right? Okay, let's just use me as an example now. Imagine if I'm someone that likes to criticise people or put people down with words, right? And there's one person that doesn't like that I do that, right? And every time that I do it, they complain, right? They complain that I do it, but it's something that I do anyway, right? The way I look at things, right, you need to know, guys, my lips look so dry, I'm so sorry. Why do my lips a lot? It's because of my lip gloss. Let me put my lip gloss on, guys. It's like left like dry residue on my lips. I'm not going to be looking like this on live, right? 1 second. Right, so imagine. Why does it leave like white stuff on my lips? Like, this is not cool. Guys, it's not my lips, it's the lip gloss. Right. So imagine, right, I'm someone that criticises people all the time. I always have to put them down with words. And then every time I do it to someone, they keep complaining about it, right? The way I look at it, like, accept people for who they are, right? Learn who people are. Learn who they are as a person. Because the more you keep complaining, I'm not going to change. So why are you complaining about the way I am, right? So the first thing to do is to learn who people are. If they are that kind of person, you're hanging on to the fact that I criticize you, but that's who I am, right? So how the hell are you going to move on? How are you going to solve that problem? You can't. It's who I am. It's not going to change. So let it go and move on, right? Or cut me out of your life, simple as. I've had exes do me dirty, but you have to learn to forgive. Life's too short. Yes, let's talk about exes, right? Because I'm really weird when it comes to exes, right? Let me cross this road, guys. When it comes to exes, right? I strangely like appreciate the good things. I'm weird. Like I see the good, like, easily in people. When I say good in people, I don't mean I look at everyone and think they're good. No. If someone's done a favour for me, I always remember that, right? So it's really weird because with exes, I always look back on, I see they're bad, but I look back on gratitude. And I always think, oh, I remember they did this for me, they helped me, like, if it wasn't for them, my life wouldn't be this way. Like, I'm very much, like, grateful. It's really weird. But I know that a lot of people do hang on to, like, hurt from exes. That is a very common one. Another thing is I'm so guilty of this, right? I feel so bad saying this. I know that a lot of people do this, especially women, right? If it doesn't work with their ex, right, for example, they will get revenge. And when I say revenge, they will try and find someone that's better than their ex. Have you ever saw that culture where they always say upgrade or downgrade, or, you know, it's all about getting someone better than your ex. Like, that is revenge. That's toxic. And when I realized I was like doing that, I decided to be single. I was just like, no, this is just not for me. Like, no one needs a checklist. You shouldn't be having anyone as a checklist. And women tend to do this. Women always say, oh, I want to get married, right? And then what they do is they look for someone to marry. So they're not marrying the person because they want to marry. They're looking for a checklist to tick it off. Be like, yes, I got married. Guys, can we stop doing this? Can we stop doing this? Let's stop using people. It's no one is a checklist, right? And it's also revenge. It's like they want to show their ex. Like, yes, even though you don't want me anymore, I got better than you. I got someone that actually marries me. That is bad, right? That is so bad. Then read the comments. Yeah, life's too short. That's the key point. Life is too short to not forgive, guys. You have to forgive people. What's going on? When I can hear you shouting, I always get paranoid. I literally like saw two guys fighting today. The other guy was like fighting, and the guy approached him. These are like kids, probably like 19, 20, and he was like fighting. He was trying to hit him. He was like, "Excuse me." He was like, "What did you say about me?" I just thought, what is wrong with people? Like, fighting is not the answer. If anyone does you wrong, leave them, because like everyone will get what's coming to them. Hello, Anna from San Francisco. Hey, what's up? Wow, 12:10 p.m. Yeah, I've always found with exes, I've always learned new things regarding to life and skills for some reason. Yeah, I always find that exes are preparing you for the person that you're meant to be with. I always thought of it in that way, because sometimes we need to like learn a lot from our exes. So that means when we get the person that's meant to be for us, we will really treasure it. You always see like people go through like bad relationships, and then when they find like the person that treats them well, they value it. But if they were to meet the nice person first, I don't think they would really respect it. I don't know. I mean, everyone's different. Yeah, I think exes is a very interesting one, because you can't know what's in someone's mind or head. You know, when people get involved with you, you don't know their intentions. Only God knows people's intentions in their heart. You can't really read someone's mind. You just have to take it for word value. You have to just listen to what they're saying or look at their actions. It's so hard. And with human beings, we can change one day from the next. Like, we can one day love you and the next day we don't. Because humans are like that. God's not like that. God's very faithful. Like, he doesn't change. But human beings, they could love you today and hate you tomorrow, which is so bad. Yeah, so guys, forgiveness is key. I remember I was talking to somebody under a video and we were talking about forgiveness, and I noticed that, you know, as I talked about, when people die, you see that some people really hang on to like the baggage still, and that person's gone and you're still hanging on to it. So it's so important to release things. Maybe journaling is good for some people, I don't know. Whatever feelings you're processing, try and release them. Like, if you're upset with someone, sorry, I have to check to see if a car's coming. If you're upset with someone, just learn who they are first. Like, are they that kind of person that likes upset people? If they are, let it go, because that's just who they are. Like, learn who they are first, and then once you learn who they are, then you can kind of know how to tackle things. But we need to stop trying to change people. I mean, you can try and give people advice, but people are not always going to change. It depends on the situation. Can you imagine living with so much hate and withholding for so long? It's sad. Do you know, I think that hate is taught though, because I remember when I was very little, I'm the oldest child, and I remember my brother, I love him to bits. I just remember he was more hyperactive than me, and I just hating him for it. Like, he would always fight me, because that's what brothers do, right? Some brothers anyway, they fight you. And I just remember, you know, feeling a lot of hatred towards him just because he was fighting me, and just wishing he wasn't there. And that's toxic. But I mean, like, how would I learn that hate as a child? That's very sick and toxic. So it's crazy. I mean, some people probably think hatred is normal, but you always see like siblings like say, I hate you, and I don't like to hear like kids saying that to each other. It's so toxic. But where do we learn hate from? I'm trying to cross this road, guys. Where did we learn hate from? I mean, I had never told my brother that, but like, it's really bad. I just remember in my heart thinking, oh, I hate him, and I love him to bits. Like, I don't know why I felt that way. Um, who knows? But as AP said, can you imagine living with so much hate and withhold inside for so long? A lot of people do. Um, especially when you get involved with someone in a relationship, you can kind of tell, like, guys, my internet just disconnected. I'm really scared because I'm thinking I don't want to lose this live because I'll the same message again. But you'd be surprised at how much things people are keeping inside, trauma, hurt, so many things, and you can kind of tell when people are troubled. And I don't mean trouble like if someone's been through a hard time and they're going through a lot of trauma. I don't mean people like that. I mean people that are very quiet and secretive and they don't speak too much and they keep a lot of things inside. I'm talking about those people and you can't read them. I'm talking about those kind of people. I mean, I can't just label people, but yeah. Wow, the sky looks so beautiful, guys. I don't know if I can show it. Don't know how to do it. Look at that. It's so beautiful, guys. Nice. God painted that. Beautiful. Mwah. I had to do this chef's kiss, but not in the Illuminati way. I had to do it like that. That is beautiful. It's all pink and beautiful colours. Wow, God, you really did that. Like, just wow. Look at that, guys. Even like the clouds and everything that's been painted, it's so nice. It's so nice. Like, if you look, it's painted like up here, right? Beautiful. Looks all dreamy, like fairy tale-ish. Like, God, you did that. Just wow. Beautiful. Has anybody like sat down and watched the stars with someone? I always thought, like, I wonder what it's like to just sit down. Like, you see in romantic movies. I can only dream, guys. That's not gonna happen to me. But you sit down, you look at the night sky, you see the stars, and you're just looking at the sky, how beautiful it is. Guys, maybe we should do that together on YouTube. Maybe I should get the camera. We all can have a romantic night of watching the stars together. um, yeah, so I was talking about like holding things inside for so long. Yeah, people do, because people, like a lot of things stem from childhood. So a lot of people don't know how to you don't know how to process like bad things as a child. So it gets stored inside, right? Unless you've got a good parent that takes you to therapy or whatever. I always feel like with things like therapy, they probably just want to know your business, right? In those jobs, like I was walking past like this clinic that was called Cognitive Behavioural Clinic, and when I looked at it, my head told me like they're just being in people's business, right? They're not even trying to help you. They just want to be in your business. I want to know, and then they can pass this the information on to professionals. This is probably how people do movies and stuff, because they do research and how the way people think and stuff. These people just want to be in your business, man. They just want to know what's going on in your head. And then maybe some people heal from it, I don't know, but the problem doesn't get solved. Maybe, I don't know how it works. I don't think it does, because you can heal, but I can guarantee the same scenario will crop up in a different way. I'm not even joking. This is how the world works, man. Like, you try and escape something, and then you have kids, the same thing crops up. You can't stop these patterns from repeating. Unless you you do like a strong prayer over your family, your bloodline. I don't know, it's going to always keep cropping up unless you keep passing on the teachings down to your family, generations down, to tell them not allow this to happen. It's the only way. Yeah, that would be nice. AP, that would be so cool, right? Just like looking at the stars, all of us on this live. That'd be so nice. I couldn't do it, but it may be good. Who knows? What was that in reference to, AP? Because I got carried away with talking. I don't know what you said that to. But yeah, to summarize this video, guys, we need to learn to forgive, accept people for who they are. Therapy. See, I didn't do therapy. I tried to get into counselling, but I think counselling and therapy is a bit different. I've been told that I'd be good as a therapist. I've been told that twice. Two people have told me that I'd be very good at it. Because maybe I would, maybe because I do like a lot of psychology. I love psychology, and I believe that there's always ways to overcome stumbling blocks. I do believe like the way you think, the way you look at things, if you change your perspective on things, it can make. Sorry guys, hiccups. It can make a world of a difference, right? It's about forgiveness again, and obviously when people go through something traumatic, you know, how they're meant to forgive, you know. So it's about pulling the layers. It's painful. A lot of people don't want to heal. It's the truth. A lot of people don't want to heal. You'd be surprised. Some people are addicted to pain. They just want to be hurt all the time. They want to be the victim. So because they want to be the victim all the time, they're not going to heal. They're going to just want to stay in that sorry state of affairs, and then they get into relationships, and then when the partner's being abusive, it feeds the storyline they've told themselves all their life, that they're the victim and everyone's abusive. So what they do is they complain to everyone about this partner. Trust me, some people are like that. Like they don't want to see the world any different. They just want to see it as that story that they've told themselves, the story that everyone paints around them. Anyone that feeds that story, they will gravitate towards them. But anyone that tells them any different and tells them to like break free from it and change their life, they don't want to hear it. That's literally how it is. Guys, I've got to get out the road. I'm always in the road. Yeah, so you know, people should think like, what story are we telling ourselves? What's keeping us bondage with people that we no longer want in our lives? Oh, that scared me. What's keeping us in bondage? What are we not letting go of? You know, we can't change people. We can't change the past, but we can change how we respond to these things moving forward. Because the more you carry in here, the more it will manifest everywhere you go. This is why patterns always repeat. This is why people, sometimes, not always, but this sometimes might be the reason why people attract the same partners as well, because you're carrying in the blueprints of the thing, and it's repeating. You know, you'd be surprised. Like some people can read people spiritually as well. They can look at you, especially if you're a believer of God. They can look at you and they won't like you. They will look at you in a certain way, and they know, their spirit knows that you're connected with God. So when you've got certain spirits on you, you will manifest like more of those scenarios around you as well. You will manifest more of that around you. So you have to be careful. You have to heal from things as well, because when I tell you, the devil will send the same patterns into your life, because the devil knows what you're carrying in here, and he wants to keep wounding you. So yeah, it's toxicity attachment, I guess. I like that phrase. Yeah, it's attaching to toxic scenarios, and it just makes you be the victim. You want everyone to feel sorry for you. It's like I watched a video talk about complaining, and they said the whole point, well, the reason why people complain is because they want sympathy, right? But what happens is, the more they complain, people don't feel sorry for them. It attracts more negative emotion. So people either feel anger towards you, they just don't like you anymore, feel resentful towards you because you're complaining. So yeah, some people do complain because I believe that. I believe it's true. I believe some people complain about things because they want everyone to be like, oh, I'm so sorry you're experiencing this. So, you know, it's like a toxic attachment. You know, sometimes we have toxic bad habits that we won't let go of. And it could be to do with forgiveness. We're not forgiving ourselves. We're not forgiving other people. Guys, when I tell you, forgiveness is so important. Because if you don't forgive someone, and it doesn't matter what they've done, right? And they literally change as a person, they repent, they go to God, they become a changed person. You're still hanging on to what they did how many years ago, right? And they've moved on. Imagine the person that did that to you, right, has moved on, but you haven't. Can you imagine that? That's torture. You're putting yourself in prison. I'm not a horrible person actually, but I'm big on not staying anywhere near toxic or bad energy people near me. I'm just being honest. I like that AP, that's so important, that's so healthy, because what it is, you want to be surrounded by people that are similar to you. Not necessarily similar, you want to be around healthy people, and that's not a bad thing. I really like the way that you think, because it means that's your boundary. That's because you're just not about dealing with horrible people, because why would you want to be around that? I like that. It's the best way to be, AP. Don't ever change that. It means that you know right from wrong. I don't know, some more deeper, because I can't tell you who you are. You know what I'm trying to say, but it's like it's more deeper than knowing what's right or wrong. It's something deeper about you. I don't know how to express that, but it's like there's a reason. What I'm trying to say is there's a reason why you set that rule in your life, is what I'm trying to say. You know why you set that in your life. There's a reason for it, is what I'm saying. Life experiences, yes. There's a big, a big explanation, I can't say the word, in your life why you've put that there, right? And it's very important to you. It's something you stand by. It's something to do with your life, the reason why you stood by that. But I'm going to leave this video here now, guys. It's getting dark here. I've enjoyed this topic. I wish I could go longer on this topic, but I hope someone learns something from this. I hope somebody considers healing and forgiveness. If you know what, let me know in the comment section below if there are things that you still need to heal from and you don't know how. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for those that joined on my live. Thank you so much for people that click like. Thank you so much for AP and others that I've spoken on here. You're right. There is, I won't be able to explain on this live though through text. Yes, it sounds like a very long reason why, and I can tell it's something deeper, which is beautiful. But I'm going to leave this video here now, guys. Good night, everyone. Please take care. Remember to love and forgive, because it's for you, it's not for them, because they've moved on and they're happy. Well, I don't know if they're happy, but they've moved on, right? So take care, everyone. Good night. God bless.